Hello, and welcome back. Alright, so last time we reached the halfway point through the game. At least what I assume is the halfway point, because they finally brought up the Benevodons.
Hi!
Do you like reading? I love reading! I actually read once that there used to be a lake right here in Zawak Desert. It might even still exist under the sands. According to that book, the lake used to be just up ahead. There's a gang of grumpkins bumbling around there now, completely unaware of what's below them. So here's the plan I came up with. You know how grumpkins blow up when they're defeated? Well, we might be able to take advantage of that. If we can use their explosions, it could blow a hole in the bedrock and reveal the ancient lake. Think about it. We'll make an oasis in the middle of the desert. It's exactly what we need to bring some economic development to the area. I know I should feel ashamed for asking this of a stranger, but this could be the chance of a lifetime. Now, could you go get those grumpkins all fired up?
This shouldn't take long.
We should outfit ourselves with new equipment and accoutrements.
I think you need something a little stronger than those.
Oh!
Hey! I really enjoyed the fireworks show you put on. Doesn't seem like we managed to reach the lake, though. According to the book I read, this should be where the water is. Perhaps it's all dried up because the Benevodon of Earth hasn't been chosen yet. Guess my dream of making an oasis here is gonna have to wait a bit longer. Well, you know what they say. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Thanks again for your help. Here, it's not much, but it's yours.
Helping out people in need can be so
Scene of
rewarding.
fire.
Oh?
This is certainly a surprise. Not often you see travelers around these parts of the desert. If you're wondering why I'm here, well, I received a report saying that sand stinger attacks have been on the rise in the area. I came out to investigate. The desert is dangerous enough as it is, so we can't very well expose more people to more threats. Say, if you have the time, would you like to help me cull some sand stingers? Okay.
Huh?
You lot wouldn't be planning on heading into the desert anytime soon, would you? If so, you'd best watch out for bullets. They're aggressive bovine monsters that charge headlong at whatever target they set their sights on. I went out to take care of a few, seeing as they're a danger to travelers, but I found myself quickly overwhelmed. I had to fall back. Let that be a warning to you. Anyway, if you do come across any bullets on your journey, you should run away before you get hurt.
Alright.
You took care of those sand stingers, I see. Nicely done. The desert thanks you. A gift, as thanks. Hope you can get some use out of it.
Helping out people in need can be so rewarding. Oh!
Did you actually manage to hold your own against the bullets? And you don't even have so much as a scratch on you. You sure are something. I'm going to keep honing my fighting skills until I'm able to take out a herd of bullets just like you can. Take this. It's a small gift. No need to say thanks. You did my job for me.
That was a great new experience.
Look at that! Figured y'all had reached the mana tree by now. What happened to that seed you were gonna use to climb the cliffs?
Oh, we fixed that problem ages ago. You should see the size of the stalk.
Good to hear it. But you picked a heck of a time to be visiting Guju, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's
Big
why we're
fella
here.
with the sword to match showed up with Orin in tow. Things don't look good.
Orin's alive?
For now. But he doesn't stand a chance against Delafos.
He's trying his best by my account. They're up there now by Laz's resting place. If she gets hit by a stray attack, well, let's just say you better get up there as quick as you can. I don't want any harm to come to either of them.
I don't know how strong Orin is, but I doubt he's stronger than Delafos.
And there's Liza's statue to worry about as well.
Orin. Liza. Give me the mana sword. I need it. I have to save Liza.
You are not worthy to be its master.
Oh no! Liza!
Liza!
The rabble has returned, I see. The powers sealed within this land have returned to me. I have no more need of this place. Gareth, Avatar of Earth and Power, heed my summons. Destroy all that stands in your way, and live again!
I don't think that was the name of the Benevodon of Earth in Trials? I don't recall.
Orin!
Not my best moment. I was too desperate, too selfish. Liza, I'm sorry. I only wanted to save you from all of this, but I failed. I wanted the power of the Mana Sword, so I could change this world. Val, I'm not asking for your forgiveness. Just remember the future we dreamed of.
I get the feeling we're going to get it one way or another.
Sacrifices.
Because I feel like
Orin?
the Alm system is probably to hold the Benevodons.
Core stones? But
He didn't mean to do that.
both of them. Core stones. Why do I always...
They were dying. And or dead.
Orin. Liza.
Gotta say, humans and the like are more tenacious than I thought. To go so far for the sake of others. Sproutlings are connected to our fellows in our environment, but I've never seen that kind of devotion in our tribe.
Orin may have been mistaken in the means of his undertaking, but his vision for a world without alms was not without merit.
Say what you want, but I'm never gonna forgive him for what he did to Hina.
I guess that things are never as cut and dried as you want them to be. And this coming from me, mind you. If we'd only been able to learn more about Orin's plan before all this. Well, no use crying over a spilt watering can. Now that we're here, it's basically up to us to
like
figure
how
out
they
whether
modified
Orin
that.
had the right of it
The freezing.
or not.
You think he was telling the truth? About the Mana Sword having the power to change the world?
Beats me. I've never held a sword in my life, let alone a legendary one.
Orin's gone, but I have so many questions. There has to be more to this than we know. What he did was wrong, but I can't fault him for wanting to save someone.
I agree.
For now, let's go break the news to Watts about Liza and Orin.
Yeah, and then I think we have a Benevodon to go kill. Obtain Liza's Core Stone. And Orin's Core Stone.
I promise, Orin. I'll remember, and I'll consider the vision you sacrificed yourself for.
Did you find Orin?
Yeah, he's right here.
By the looks on your faces, I'm guessing.
Sorry. We were too late to save him. Or Liza.
Not your fault or responsibility. You tried your best, and I'm grateful for that. All I want to know is where that sword-wielded scum came from in the first place.
Orin
His
freed
name's
him.
Delafos, an ancient hero of legend.
What now?
There's
That's
trouble
Benevodon.
brewing. The Benevodon's loose. We better hightail it out of here pronto.
Benevodon? It can't be! Not one of them legendary beasts!
Yep, Gareth the Benevodon of Earth was sealed in these parts for thousands of years. Now that he's free, we're in for a bumpy ride.
We can't let Watts' home be destroyed. This village was special to Liza, and Orin too. We have to fight, everyone. Are you with me?
I mean, sure, if you think we're up to fighting an all-powerful primordial monster.
Well, we have
Right
8
now,
to fight.
there's
Let's
nobody
start
else
with
who
1.
can.
Y'all are willing to fight the Benevodon for us?
We have to try. Do you know where we can find Gareth?
I spotted the Benevodon deep in the Zawak Desert near an abandoned boat from bygone days. It's called the Diluc.
Sad. Well, it'll give us a foothold in the shifting terrain at least.
With the seal broken and my powers being what they are, I'm easy pickings for a Benevodon. I know I've asked you for a lot already, but I'm begging you. Please save good you one more time.
We will. Let's head straight to the Diluc.
Perfect.
The boat that we rode on
Benevodons
earlier
might
was
be too
called the
much for us,
Prim.
but we have to protect Guju. Let's go. After what Orin did and what he suffered, I don't know how I feel about him anymore. Sadness? Anger? What I do know is that he didn't deserve to be cut down like that.
It's so frustrating. I want to be mad, but my anger's mixed up in so many other emotions.
Maybe if we'd met earlier, things would have been different.
How have I been? Well,
We made it to the Diluc.
doing
There's
what?
nothing that seems as sinister as a Benevodon here.
Should we board and take a look?
How? Can Ramco give us a lift?
Ramco's still a baby. She can't carry us all.
Oh,
Huh?
We're about to get into a tough boss fight. Hopefully I'm up for it.
It's one way to board. There's nothing here.
Oh no. Something is here, alright? And it's a Benevodon. Gareth is coming! Take cover!
Benevodon of Earth. Garrett. That thing has 5 eyes.
Oh no, it's bigger than I thought.
Might still work.
expected finding a non-payers. Check mark next to his name.
We won, but...
Defeating them won't make them disappear. The Benevodons are part of nature, aspects of the elements.
Ah, that's why they were sealed away.
What's this?
Huh?
Oh my. Do you suppose this light could be the Lumina Lantern? One of the elemental vessels?
How'd it turn up here of all places?
The legends say the hero sailed the world defeating Benevodons in each empire. This craft and its contents are most likely a relic from that era. The goddess bequeathed the vessels unto her champion in order to aid him on his mission to seal the monsters.
That makes it sound like the hero and goddess were on good terms back then, considering her gifts.
Something must have happened that turned him against the mana goddess.
Yeah.
Delphos used the dialect to seal away the Benevodons originally. His loss is our gain. If he wants to throw away his elemental vessels, then I say we call dibs on him. Finders keepers, losers weepers.
That was interesting. I guess it had unloaded the ship, but not everything yet. Obtained Lumina Lantern. Hello, I'm Dragon Rider Luke. I'm a Christian streamer, and I'm always up for a friendly chat about my faith. I also think that it's important that people read or hear the Word of God frequently, so the next 5 minutes or so will be a chapter from the Bible. If it feels like I'm skipping around, that's because you're not watching my videos in stream order. Leviticus 26. Do not make idols or set up an image or a sacred stone for yourselves, and do not place a carved stone in your land to bow down before it. I am the Lord your God. Observe my Sabbaths and have reverence for my sanctuary. I am the Lord. If you follow my decrees and are careful to obey my commands, I will send you rain in its season, and the ground will yield its crops and the trees their fruit. Your threshing will continue until grape harvest, and the grape harvest will continue until planting. And you will eat all the food you want and live in safety in your land. I will grant peace in the land, and you will lie down and no one will make you afraid. I will remove wild beasts from the land, and the sword will not pass through your country. You will pursue your enemies, and they will fall by the sword before you. 5 of you will chase 100, and 100 of you will chase 10,000. And your enemies will fall by the sword before you. I will look on you with favor, and make you fruitful, and increase your numbers, and I will keep my covenant with you. You will still be eating last year's harvest when you will have to move it out to make room for the new. I will put my dwelling place among you, and I will not abhor you. I will walk among you and be your God, and you will be my people. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt so that you would no longer be slaves to the Egyptians. I broke the bars of your yoke and enabled you to walk with heads held high. But if you will not listen to me and carry out all these commands, and if you reject my decrees and abhor my laws, and fail to carry out all my commands and so violate my covenant, then I will do this to you. I will bring on you sudden terror, wasting diseases, and fever that will destroy your sight and sap your strength. You will plant seed in vain, because your enemies will eat it. I will set my face against you so that you will be defeated by your enemies. Those who hate you will rule over you, and you will flee even when no one is pursuing you. If after all this you will not listen to me, I will punish you for your sins 7 times over. I will break down your stubborn pride and make the sky above you like iron and the ground beneath you like bronze. Your strength will be spent in vain because your soil will not yield its crops, nor will the trees of your land yield their fruit. If you remain hostile toward me and refuse to listen to me, I will multiply your affliction 7 times over as your sins deserve. I will send wild animals against you, and they will rob you of your children, destroy your cattle, and make you so few in number that your roads will be deserted. If, in spite of these things, you do not accept my correction but continue to be hostile toward me, I myself will be hostile toward you and will afflict you for your sins 7 times over. And I will bring the sword on you to avenge the breaking of the covenant. When you withdraw into your cities, I will send a plague among you, and you will be given into enemy hands. When I cut off your supply of bread, 10 women will be able to bake your bread in one oven, and they will dole out the bread by weight. You will eat, but you will not be satisfied. If in spite of this you still do not listen to me, but continue to be hostile toward me, then in my anger I will be hostile toward you, and I myself will punish you for your sins 7 times over. You will eat the flesh of your sons and the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places, cut down your incense altars, and pile your dead bodies on the lifeless forms of your idols, and I will abhor you. I will turn your cities into ruins and lay waste to your sanctuaries, and I will take no delight in the pleasing aroma of your offerings. I myself will lay waste the land, so that your enemies who live there will be appalled. I will scatter you among the nations and will draw out my sword and pursue you. Your land will be laid waste, and your cities will lie in ruins. Then the land will enjoy its Sabbath years all the time that it lies desolate, and you are in the country of your enemies. Then the land will rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. All the time that it lies desolate, the land will have the rest it did not have during the Sabbaths you lived in it. As for those of you who are left, I will make their hearts so fearful in the land of their enemies that the sound of a windblown leaf will put them to flight. They will run as though fleeing from the sword, and they will fall, even though no one is pursuing them. They will stumble over one another as though fleeing from the sword, even though no one is pursuing them. So you will not be able to stand before your enemies. You will perish among the nations. The land of your enemies will devour you. Those of you who are left will waste away in the lands of their enemies because of their sins. Also because of their ancestors' sins, they will waste away. But if they will confess their sins and the sins of their ancestors, their unfaithfulness and their hostility toward me, which made me so hostile toward them so that I sent them into the land of their enemies, then when their uncircumcised hearts are humbled, and they pay for their sin, I will remember my covenant with Jacob, and my covenant with Isaac, and my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. For the land will be deserted by them, and will enjoy its Sabbaths while it lies desolate without them. They will pay for their sins because they rejected my laws and abhorred my decrees. Yet in spite of this, when they are in the land of their enemies, I will not reject them or abhor them so as to destroy them completely, breaking my covenant with them. I am the Lord their God. But for their sake I will remember the covenant with their ancestors whom I brought out of Egypt in the sight of the nations to be their God. I am the Lord. These are the decrees, the laws, and the regulations that the Lord established at Mount Sinai between himself and the Israelites through Moses. May God bless the reading of his word.
Now what do we do? Even if we wanted to get Hina's core stone back, we don't know where Delafos went.
If he's going around waking up sleeping Benevodons, maybe we can head him off. Ambush him?
The Benevodons seem to be sealed near the homelands of the Alms. There are 7 monsters left, so...
If you will permit a proposal. I know of someone stationed in the Legrazzo Dark Archives who may be able to assist us. He is the most intelligent of all the students and scholars on the islet. His name is Aish, head curator of Legrazzo.
The Dark Archives sound promising. We might even be in time to meet up with the newly appointed Olm of Darkness.
Thanks, Palomina. Legrazzo is as good a place to start as any.
The Dark Archives are on the southern end of the Trinia continent, on Brazzo Islet.
Sounds like we gotta give Vuskov another call. The northern coast should be a good place to pick out a tune on the fairy flute.
Alright. Power of light surges within you.
I feel the power of the elements!
New class! Class change to Paladin. Stalwart defenders, well equipped to fight and capable of learning healing moves to support their allies. Their lances glow with the awesome power of light.
This is just the beginning.
Star Lancer. With Remco by their side, those who use this class can call upon the element of light to bolster their party's prowess.
The spirits are calling to me.
Sovereign. A light class that uses its trick cane to in battle to give opponents a performance they'll never forget. It can also reduce the damage the party takes from physical attacks.
this proof of my new power?
Archmage, a light class that specializes in taking down boss monsters with their hefty sickles. That sounds perfect for this, for right now.
Whoa, what's this new power?
My Cleric. A healing-focused class that harnesses the power of light. They can restore their allies' health or improve the team's healing capabilities.
It's so gloomy here. Feels like we're gonna get jumped by a ghost or something.
Could you not, Val?
It is not as grim as all that, I assure you. Brazzo Islet is known for its rolling fog. Not to worry, we will get acclimated to it accordingly.
Is that a menacing shadow I see in the mists?
Julay, please.
Creepy spooks and frightened mooks.
Is that necessary?
Is that necessary?
The name does this place justice. It sure is dark. Where should we look for Aish? I guess in town is as good a place to start as any.
This isn't anywhere near all of them. Oh, but where do I even begin to look? They were scattered all over the place. Oh, greetings, traveler. You want to know if there's anything bothering me? It's very considerate of you to ask. Well, actually, I do have one issue. I wanted to insert some pieces of parchment into this bottle here, but the wind suddenly picked up and blew them away. But this bottle really is amazing. It seems to have been cast into the ocean by a young girl who placed a letter inside, but it's been added to by people who picked it up as it drifted around the world. Well, seeing as it's washed up here in Lograzzo now, I wanted to add something myself, so I wrote down as many inspiring quotes on a special parchment that is said to grant wishes. But before I could place them in the bottle, the wind carried them off. They looked like flower petals fluttering in the breeze. Thankfully, the wind wasn't very strong, so I highly doubt the scraps of parchment made it that far. I expect they're here in Lograzzo somewhere. I was just about to go searching for them, but it'd be much quicker if you could help me out. I'd really appreciate it. Healing's bottled up 3.
Hey,
Thank you again for lending me a hand. Were you able to find some of the parchment pieces? Yes, those are the ones. Now let me count them. Wonderful, that's all of them. Here, I have something for you. I hope it proves useful on your travels. Now to insert the parchments into the bottle and release it into the sea. Off it goes. It's amazing how a few pieces of paper can connect so many people. I hope the bottle finds its way back to that little girl quickly, but I wish more people could find it first. Where will the whims of the sea take that little bottle next? I wonder if I'll ever find out.
That was a great new experience. Look, a cactus.
You found me. Where to next? Huh. Looks like you dropped something.
Pamail, welcome back to the archives.
Who are you?
Please, remain calm. I am pleased to see you in good spirits as always, Master Aish.
Quite. After the appointment of the new Alm of Water, we received word from Niccolo that the party had to set off without the rest of the alms. As you may have surmised, the Alm of Darkness has not yet been named. I believe you all made the correct decision. That is, if I am indeed addressing the Alms and Soul Guard, I am Aish, head curator of these archives. I am honored to make your acquaintances. If it were not for the presence of your companion here, I might have remained in the stacks and missed your arrival completely.
Did you call her Pamela earlier? What is that, a nickname?
Oh, I assumed her fellow alms would be familiar with her alias. Palomina
No.
prefers to go by Pamale when visiting Legrazzo incognito.
Oh, you mean when you wear that outfit that fools no one?
Unfortunately, yes.
Nonsense! Your disguise fooled the majority of the scholars who live here. They were indubitably convinced of your humble origins.
You are too kind, but the affirmation is appreciated.
Well, if you two are friends, that makes this quicker. Can you help us find a way to deal with Delafos?
Delafos? Interesting. I did not expect to hear the name of such an ancient hero spoken under these circumstances. Tell me more. An unsettling predicament you find yourselves in, to be sure.
Yeah.
Much as I would love to analyze your encounter in detail, I do not think we are afforded the luxury of time.
No.
We must now turn our attentions toward a way to successfully oppose Delafos.
Great! Less small talk and more problem solving.
Forgive my directness, but are you perchance a sproutling? Your garb and stature seem to suggest so.
Could be. Who's asking?
This is the first time I've observed a sproutling up close. Our resources on the subject are limited. Might I convince you to submit a few tissue samples for further study?
Sounds like a no.
I'm kind of busy with this whole Delafos problem. Maybe later?
I will take you up on that.
You know what? Later
Whoa
is a
there,
whole
buddy.
lot more than he was expecting.
Circling back to our previous discussion, I believe your best chance against Delafos would be to set a trap meant to inflict harm and sap his power. Unfortunately, the creation of such things has long since been deemed dangerous, and knowledge thereof banned from general consumption.
Makes sense to outlaw things that hurt people.
Yeah.
You will find that it has taken quite some time for humanity to reach that same conclusion, I fear. Arvid's War comes to mind, the single longest and deadliest conflict in our history. The seemingly endless fighting only ceased when the Benevodon presence made itself known.
Ah.
The combat records of the time we have on file state that the Benevodon's anger itself was incited by the wanton consumption of mana power by the people of the world.
Oh, I get it. The scholars wanted to keep people from causing another war, so they banned the study of their most dangerous techniques.
Fair enough.
As you say. But I digress. So goes the tale of how the legendary hero traversed the world, sealing away the Benevodons in each of the lands, as we currently understand it. Even here in Legrazzo, we house a defeated Benevodon on the top tier of the Passagian Tome Spire, the Benevodon of Darkness, Zabelfar. After the monsters
that
were
is the
sealed
same
away,
name as they used in
whispers of curses swept through the lands, warnings of prophetic disaster should the Benevodons awaken. Darkness will deepen, breeding monsters in its wake. As foretold, the Tome Spire now teems with fearsome enemies. The forbidden scripture you now seek rests in the middle of their nest, inaccessible to all who value their lives.
But what are we gonna do?
We must beat Delafos at his own game, of course. Fear not. I will see you to the Passagian Tome Spire myself.
Okay.
Did Ace just say he was coming with us? Into a den of monsters?
Can't be. He must mean to see us to the entrance.
No, I think he's coming with us
Ace
the whole way.
is certainly interesting, but he does seem to want to help us get to the Tome Spire at least.
We've restocked the stores of ink, but according to my notes, I am afraid that the structural support for the building must be replaced as well.
Already? How time flies. Since we replaced the posts on the same schedule as the Alms pilgrimage, without the fairy's arrival to remind us this year, we must have completely forgotten.
That's how you're propping up this place? Given the state of the architecture in Legrazzo, I shouldn't be surprised. It's a little crooked.
That's the staff!
How quick you are to judge. Every minute detail of these halls has been measured thoroughly for structural integrity.
I
As
want
such,
that.
even the slightest bit of negligence in the upkeep will cause the complete collapse of the building.
Then what are you doing? Get a replacement now!
The apprentice scribe was meant to acquire a suitable reinforcement, I believe. You should ask him.
Yes, we should go grab
More
him.
importantly, am I in the presence of this year's convoy of alms?
Yes, indeed. Though they are currently lacking an alm of fire, the rest of them represent the alms of wind, the moon, water, and wood.
Fascinating. An alm of the moon has not been designated for at least 16 years. We've sent several scribes to Aetern in the past to document the changes since its destruction.
I think those two got distracted.
What are we supposed to do about the building?
Honestly, I care more about Aisha's promise to show us to the Tome Spire.
They can't just let the building fall. I'll go ask the apprentice for starters.
Besides, we really
We
need
will
to
accompany
get that,
Aish, so as to attempt to extricate him from that animated
staff.
exchange as soon as possible.
Hooray. We get to babysit the head curator of the Dark Archives.
Okay, if I were an apprentice scribe, where would I be? In the archives, I guess. Excuse me, I'm supposed to ask you about a structural support for the courtyard? Can you help?
Support? I don't know if we have any replacements stored away.
Hang on, aren't you the one in charge of getting new ones?
I wasn't given any official requisition notice from management. Restocking these things takes time. I keep trying to tell them. Though, it is the scheduled maintenance period for the courtyard. The entire building could fall and crush the documents we have on file. There's a record of just such a tragedy in the past. A large number of tomes and the scholars in charge of them went missing after a freak accident. They were caught up in...
Oh no, I can't waste any more time. Forget about the history lesson. What can I do to help now?
Well, if you can find an object of equivalent length, I'm sure that will work. There has to be something here in the archives. Let's see here. The courtyard structure needs a post exactly 68.1 centimeters long. Thank you for taking the trouble to assist us. We hardly ever see such friendly visitors in Legrazzo.
Friendly, huh? You don't have a lot of helpful neighbors here?
A hazard of Legrazzo's locale. This gloomy place doesn't lend itself to cheerful company, I'm afraid. I suppose a soul guard from Tiania such as yourself may be predisposed to helping people. Is it one of the criteria from which they decide who to send with the alms? Or maybe...
Not another long-winded tangent. I don't have time. Hold that thought. Gotta take care of a few things. Right, so if I were a building support, where would I be? Guess it's back to the archives I go.
I'm not grabbing that. I don't even care. A broom is not going to... A ladle? Seriously, what are they suggesting for... I get to... That actually might be the most useful there. Oh hey, a saw. That's a really bad idea. Well, of those items, I would prefer this one.
A new face? Splendid! Me? Why, I'm Bon Voyage, legendary inventor and eccentric genius. And this is my fork of unusual size, a giant's fork.
A what?
A giant! Large, hulking humanoid monsters, you know? You do know, don't you?
From storybooks like the ones that Hina used to read, but not as guests at the dinner table. I didn't think they'd need forks.
This is proof of the existence of giants. Or it might be an oversized tribute to the goddess. Or a fluke manufacturing accident. Whatever it is, it has great historical value.
Not as
I didn't
great
realize
as
it was
the
such an
thing we're
important fork.
replacing with it.
Too bad, since it's the length we're looking for to shore up the building.
Why didn't you say so? It's yours.
But I can't use something of great historical value as a support post.
It's better than what's there currently.
Sacrifice the now for the sake of the past. What matters is providing for the future. Wouldn't you agree?
When you put it that way. Okay, I'll try it. All right, now to take this back to Aish.
Obtained oversized fork.
Finally! This should be the perfect size. Now to take it back to Aish. If he's finished with his conversation, that is.
My word, sproutlings are like nothing I've ever seen before. There is so much we could learn, so much we could study.
You said you're of a very advanced age, correct? The regenerative plant-like properties in your genetic makeup might have something to do with it. Or perhaps...
Oh, you're back! Finally!
Sorry, it took a while to find something usable.
The diminutive nature of sproutlings might be an evolutionary means to conserve energy within a small frame, according to a treatise I read last year.
Val, you have the replacement, right? Tell me you found something.
It's not exactly what we wanted, but I found a giant's fork that could fit the bill.
Oh yes, the support! I nearly forgot about it yet again.
Do you mind? We were chronicling our newest discoveries on the growth cycles of sproutlings.
Keeping your city from crumbling is more important.
I suppose we might as well replace the support post now before we become even more distracted. Let's see.
I can't believe they used that thing as the support post. Not perfect, but hey, it works.
A fine post, I must say. Make a note to replace this again exactly 1,460 days from now.
It's 4 years.
Val, in acknowledgement of your services to the archives, I would like to present you with the old support.
Thanks, but we don't need your leftover junk.
It's not junk!
Goodness! I believe this item would be better identified as the elemental vessel, Shade Sight.
Yeah.
How fortunate! It appears that luck is on your side, Val.
Now we have
They
all the elemental
used an
vessels.
elemental vessel to prop up a structure?
We use the tools at our disposal to fix problems as they arise.
Yeah,
But I
noticed.
digress. We are finished here, if I am not mistaken. Let us make our way to the Tome Spire, as promised.
I doubt that Aish and I will ever see eye to eye.
Yeah,
How
that
do you
was
manage to
complete
keep up with someone like
disrespect
Aish,
for the thing.
Palomina?
We have been friends since our youth, and fellowship begets forgiveness. He has not changed.
So, you've known each other for a long time, then?
So, that's one more elemental vessel for us. Let's see what else Aish has to show us.
Not just one more, that's the last one. We have all of them. Obtain Shade Sight. We got the Bearer of Vessels. The power of darkness surges within you.
Is this my new power?
Peerless Soul Guard. Class changed to Berserker. Raging fighters that gain strength as their health decreases. Nothing can withstand the swings of this great sword-wielding dark class.
So this is the power
Fearless
of
Wind Oracle. Class changed to Maverick. Commanding the mysterious powers of darkness, these rebellious duelists increase the damage they inflict at the start of combat, instantly turning the tables in their favor.
I'm eager to try out my new
Fearless
skills.
Radiant Knight. Class change to Soothsayer. Consultants of the Darkness who take advantage of status effects, using their canes to deal extra damage to foes affected by them.
I can aid my allies with this new strength.
Fearless Water Queen. Class change to Reaper. This Dark Aligned class is equipped with a fearsome sickle. They can learn abilities that let them recover health after defeating an enemy with a special attack.
I feel stronger than ever.
Fearless Wood Sprite. Class change to Necromancer. Using umbrellas as a conduit for their dark mana powers, this class reduces the amount of damage the party receives from certain monster types and increases the damage dealt to them.
The Tome Spire was built by the Grand Archivist Passagian. Stored within its depths is the forbidden book we seek. Passagian is said to have tamed the malevolent monster Zenoa, employing it to protect his collection of knowledge, including that tome. But before I digress further, let us go forth!
Say what now? Together? Didn't you say there were monsters in there?
I am aware of the dangers. Are you the sort that would leave a colleague behind? Or do I not count as a colleague, as I am not one of the alms you are charged with protecting? My safety is irrelevant to your current objective.
He's worried about your safety, and that's why he wants you to stay here. Don't assume Val's indifferent like you.
Aha! I believe I have a solution. From now on, you may consider me a friend. Surely the bonds of friendship are reason enough to bring me with the rest of the group. Now that that is settled, shall we climb the spire?
The nerve of some people. You can't just come and declare yourself someone's friend. It's gotta be a mutual thing.
Yeah.
My companions, calm yourselves. Aish is also an accomplished magic user. He will not slow our stride.
Palamir, I know you like the guy, but...
Keep in mind that he cannot be dissuaded once he has made a decision.
Oh. Okay. Ooh, interesting.
Wow. I've never seen so many books.
Oh. The Grand Archivist Passagian recorded every single bit of knowledge he possessed. He preserved it all here in the Tome Spire, so that his wisdom might endure beyond his lifespan. Oh, a scholar's dream.
Every one of these books is full of stuff this Passagian guy just knew?
Wow.
There are more texts here than someone can read in a lifetime.
How did he
I don't
write
know.
it?
I bet I could get through these while keeping watch over the burrow.
And how long were you intending to do that, Jule?
Gracious, I was almost entirely swept
All of
away.
eternity, I
but
would assume.
we have a mission to complete. Avoid what skirmishes you can, and keep an eye out for the Forbidden Tome.
I plan on doing every skirmish I can come across. Passagian Tome Spire.
What is up with this place? The bookshelves move on their own?
Passagian's mastery of the magical arts knows no bounds. He devised an entire structure to protect his knowledge, and to this very day, it...
Oh no! Looks like Aish is falling behind!
Little cactus?
Found you, little cactus. I couldn't find a good hiding spot. found me. Where to next? Huh. Looks like he dropped something. I feel like that's the tone we're supposed to be seeking. The one that just flew off.
What is going on? Why does this area look so warped? I can't tell up from down.
Oh, marvelous! I do so enjoy the experience of stasis flux, though I have only been in here once before. There are many theories, but we have no concrete proof of what causes this distortion. Mayhap I will solve the mystery one day. It could be linked to instability in the flow of mana power, or perhaps a byproduct of benevodonal interference, or even a trap laid by Passagian himself.
Great, we got it. Time to move on.
Val is so great at just telling them, okay, you can stop talking now.
Marley, can I ask, what does digress mean?
Huh? Oh, Aish tends to say that when he's going off on a tangent. To digress means to deviate from the original thought. So when Aish is digressing, he's talking about other subjects.
Is that so? Well, in that case, basically everything H says sounds like digressing to me.
We have arrived. The book we need should be in here. The disaster prophesized for this region may have something to do with the presence of monsters in the Tome Spire. But how inspired is it for Passagian to have utilized such misfortune for his own purposes? Zenoa is a sight to behold.
Oh.
Now is not the time for observation. It's time for action.
Purposefully putting monsters in his place is a bit extreme.
I don't think this monster will go easy on us.
Shame that we must dispense with such an intriguing
You're mine! You're mine!
I will take over. I feel nothing behind help.
On survive. Yeah, I wanted to let something play out.
Oh, burns! Does anybody have water? What is going on?
Oh my, spinning room? Incredible.
What is this?
Water elemental is what I see.
I will take over.
Okay.
Here. Does this help?
I can still fight. I got this. Hang in there.
Does anybody have water?
Not getting away.
Take this. You're mine. You're mine.
Time to get to work. Here. Here. Together. Here. I can help you, thanks.
Trying to keep you alive! Oh my goodness.
I'll carry on from here. Mighty element!
Lumina!
Getting weaker?
Master Ace, we have finished with this monster. Have you?
Yes, I have recorded all the relevant data. Feel free to feed.
Here, use this!
There we go. I forgot to use a cookie. Good job.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yes. After extracting the requisite essence from the components, the saturation level should be... Yes! I had not even begun to think of that technique. Passagian was truly a genius.
Once the substance is soluble, we will have the compound, correct?
Indubitably. Then finally the crystallization. It's all right here. The key to our success. The methodology is flawless, but the information is outdated. I believe with some adjustments to the necessary ingredients...
We're going to make core crystals out of the Benevodons,
It
aren't
should
we?
be possible to procure these provisions.
Should we be having this conversation in a monster nest?
Careful, Morley. One might say you sound jealous if they didn't know better.
I'm not jealous. Let them talk about weird science experiments all day for all I care.
Fine, fine. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
Eureka! I believe I have struck upon a method to weaken Delaphos. But first I must consult with Bon Voyage. While I discuss the finer details with him, you must gather the ingredients necessary for the elixir.
Ingredients? What ingredients?
I must be off. Palomina, explain it to them.
And there he goes.
Do not worry. I know what elements are essential to the execution of this endeavor. Shall we? There are 3 ingredients that Aish would like us to acquire. First, the croak of a frog. Next, a striped egg, only laid once every 1,000 years. Finally, the fur of a chatty cat.
That's a tall order. Where do we find all that?
I know about the chatty
Aish and our
cat.
other guy talk about all this junk earlier? You know, when Val was looking for the support post.
Right. I did hear some mention of stuff like that. When I wasn't tuning out the conversation, at least.
I think we'll be able to find all of it right here in Lagrazzo.
Oh, okay.
Aish ordered us around, then hightailed it out of here. Though I guess we are the ones asking for the favor in the first place.
Palomina, I had a question for you. How would you describe your relationship with Aish?
Do forgive me for forcing you all to toil at the behest of my associate, and with hardly a hello from Aish himself. I suppose that I consider him my trusted tutor. I quite admire his capacity for learning and his passion for attaining knowledge. At times, Aish comports himself like a mature intellectual, and at others, I confess, I consider him like a brother brimming with curiosity. But perhaps what I most appreciate is that even after my ascension to the throne, Aish treated me the same as always. Yes, he is a close companion of mine.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
Morley, you should have asked to talk to her in private or something. Give yourself some alone time, you know?
Your plight has stirred the muse within me. I think I'll write a song about you. Don't worry, I'll perform it for you first.
What are you two going on about?
Please accept my apologies for any affront that Aish may have afforded. I should have warned everyone about his abrasive nature.
There you go again, acting like the big sister. Come on, everyone, let's hop to it. If we split up, I bet we can find all these ingredients in no time.
I know exactly how Morley
That's
feels.
3 ingredients we need for the elixir. We should be able to find them in the area. Better start looking.
A once in a 1,000-year egg? Does that mean the egg is really old? Or that we have to be really lucky with our timing? Probably the latter.
Hey, don't give me any trouble!
Huh? Oh, no! Get it off me!
Karina, wait! Don't move.
Uh-huh.
Found the egg. Striped egg.
You don't see an egg like this every day, that's for sure. Better not drop it.
Pretty big. The components of the elixir are as I explained earlier: the croak of a frog, a striped egg, and the fur of a chatty cat.
What?
How do you think one is supposed to obtain a croak?
Oh no, it's getting away! Palomina, Morley, the frog's croak is coming right at you! Heads up!
Pardon me. I am sorry for that incidental imposition.
Oh, no. I should apologize.
It's a tad tone. We obtained the frog's croak.
Morley and Palomina's faces were bright red. I hope they didn't catch anything.
Oh my goodness, Val! How are you this dense? A scribe's job is not always easy, but it's very rewarding work. Some chatty cat's fur coming right up.
It's fine, Francine. I'm sure you were mistaken.
No, I'm not! I'm sure I saw a ghost. You just weren't paying enough attention.
I was so. I think what you saw was probably just a scholar from the archives hidden by the fog. Quit being such a scaredy cat, Francine.
It's the Merchant Sisters again. They show up in the weirdest places.
They do.
They have to go where the customers are, don't they?
You mean us?
Though it doesn't look like they're selling anything at the
I
moment.
think they just go wherever we are.
Let's see how chatty we can entice these kitties to get.
How can you be worrying about ghosts when there's a whole new market to explore?
Remember, Father would be disappointed if we gave up because of silly ghoulies. Easy for Mewtwo to say. Scaredy, scaredy kitty cat. Did somebody order some chatty cat's fur?
Thanks, Julie.
I have no idea how we got a hairball that big to come out of him. Chatty cat's fur.
Okay. The fur of a chatty cat, the croak of a frog, and a striped egg. That's everything. Good work, everybody.
All that remains is to return the required items to Von Voyage.
So where is this Von Boy Who's-Its?
That's who we got the fork from.
Oh, I remember. Von Voyage is the person who gave me the giant's fork. Let's go talk to him. Time to pay Von Voyage a visit and drop off these ingredients. Here's hoping this does the trick and helps us weaken Delafos. Sorry to intrude, Von Voyage. We've, got a request to ask of you, I guess?
Took your time, didn't you? Aish already told me all about what you fellas are up to. I have finished the necessary preparations, so leave it to me. I know the fastest, neatest, and bestest method. Remember, use my inventions at your own risk. What good is genius without a bit of danger? Come, pass the components for the torpedo to me. Oh, that's what I named it. Clever, don't you think?
It's going to rename it in the next 10 seconds, isn't it?
Haha, I see you have all three. Now, it's my turn. This little beauty will solve all your problems. And if it doesn't, no returns or refunds. There! That's one completed torpedo for you.
Looks dangerous.
I can finally get Hina's core stone back.
You know, inventing is full of trial and error, but that doesn't mean making mistakes is a waste of your time. A mountain of past failures is a testament to your conviction. You learn from it and move forward. It's easy to abandon your efforts and stop trying. What's hard is continuing to do what's necessary for you and yours. So don't give up.
The Corpedo.
That torpedo looks dangerous. Hopefully it's enough. I better get it to Aish soon.
Congratulations on your success. You took your time completing the experiment, but better late than never, I suppose.
I think we were pretty fast.
Sorry.
Please give me the torpedo. Yes, quite intricate. A prime example of Von Voyage's handiwork.
It is quite intricate.
What do we do with it?
Delafos' power is sealed away together with the Benevodon at the top tier of the Tome Spire. That is where he will appear, so that is where we must head him off. With Torpedo in hand, we will lie in wait until Delafos arrives. We then use our secret weapon before he has a chance to revive the Benevodon. Having reviewed your fighting capabilities thus far, I believe you will have no issue ensuring that the man comes into contact with the Torpedo.
What does
What's
it do?
supposed to happen when Delafos touches it?
Upon contact, the device will disperse a toxic deluge. Though it will not kill him, the pain should be at an untenable level, slowing his advance.
Golly, that does sound dangerous enough to qualify as banned knowledge.
Indeed. Why, that ancient text described the original Corpedo as capable of destroying an entire battalion in minutes.
Ouch. Okay.
Whoa! Be careful with that thing!
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thank you, on behalf of the Alms, for all your assistance, Master Aish. We are in your debt.
I get the feeling he's
Wait
about
until
to become
after
the
the
Alm of
mission
Darkness.
is deemed a success before you thank me. The Corpedo may not even work. However, time is of the essence. Let us make haste to the top of the Tome Spire before Deilephos beats us to it.
What? Already?
Would you rather wait? Every moment we waste is an opportunity for Deilephos to regain his power. Now is the time to strike.
Sounds like he's already here. And also in this room.
No, it can't be. Deilephos? Here? You were supposed to go for the Benevodon.
More bumbling attempts to interfere, I see.
I had not calculated for this. Stay back!
He just throws whatever's in hand, and there's a lot of books to throw.
You would dare.
Nice throw.
Cerulia! My heart, my Cerulia, I will never surrender! Cursed goddess, how long must you make me suffer?
Deilephos. You were once lauded as a hero among men. You received the favor of the goddess of Mana, wielded her weapon against the monster menaces, and saved the world. Why oppose her now? Please tell us, what is it that you wish to gain? What could the annihilation of the goddess of Mana possibly accomplish?
I do not answer to pests like you!
I feel like he lost his lover.
He got away! Hina, I'm sorry.
Deilephos was meant to head for the Tome Spire. I had it all planned out to the minutest of details, and yet...
I think he went to the Tome Spire just now.
Don't look now, but Deilephos already woke up the Benevodon of Darkness!
I know this wasn't the plan, but we gotta go to the Passagian Tome Spire now.
Please! Wait. Take me with you. Please.
What? Did you think we'd leave you behind?
No, but if you refused, I would stay.
So now you're willing to listen to reason. Did that fight knock some sense into you?
I don't know. Apparently, I know nothing. I have accumulated knowledge from all corners of the world. Yet I do not understand this feeling. But I think you are the key.
Thoughts?
It's okay. You can come with us, Aish. You're our friend, right?
And about to become the Alm of Darkness,
Yes.
I guarantee it.
Friend. Thank you.
There you have it, Master Aish.
Use the Corpedo.
Delafo still has enough power to unleash a Benevodon after that? We gotta stop it before the scholars in the archives get hurt.
In the past, when I first attempted to enter the Passagean Tome Spire, I found myself overwhelmed by the monsters within. After you arrived, I assumed this was the perfect chance to try again. With the Soul Guard and Alms protecting me, I would be free to search the Spire to my heart's content. I called you friends, not out of feeling, but to gain unfettered access to the knowledge within these walls. I used your kindness. But now that I stand here, on the eve of battle with a Benevodon, I find that I want to prove myself useful. I am not here for books. I am here to help my colleagues. It took me this long to realize it.
Hard to believe that arrogant scholar from before has made such progress.
And in such a short time.
Arrogant? Come now. I would say discourteous at worst.
He's both.
I am so glad to see you both getting along. Friends must fight a common foe, not their fellows.
Yep, we're all one big happy family now. Come on, Val, Julie, let's leave him to it.
Yes, sirree. That is the aura of a Benevodon if I ever felt one.
Does the Benevodon of Darkness actually make things darker? I can't see a thing.
We don't know where it might be hiding. Be on your guards.
We have arrived at the top tier of the spire.
Okay, so where's the Benevodon? All I see is a lot of nothing.
Strange. This area looks different from the archival descriptions I've read. See that large stone tablet over there? If I remember correctly, and I do, there was no mention of this being broken.
Maybe the Benevodon broke it after it was set free?
The rooms on the left and right seem to have something to do with this.
As with the entirety of the archives, this tome spire is governed by the powers of the Elemental of Darkness. Perhaps the vessel may be of some use to us?
Might as well find out. Not like we can find a Benevodon that isn't here.
Yep.
Which way should we go? Left or right?
They all look the same to me. You decide, Val.
For one to gain knowledge, another must forfeit it. Loss for one. Achievement for another.
Benevodon of Darkness. Zabel Far, I presume.
Seekers of wisdom. Darkness will return you to the void.
Quite.
I'm not allowed to use the
A
cookie.
sinister silhouette. So this is Zabel Far.
They like to make an entrance.
The Benevodon is sure to be no match for this convoy.
Can't get closer, we can't attack!
The Vessel of Darkness may provide some insight into music on the walls. Healing to assist.
It's a moment save this one just for you!
Raven Shriek.
Take this! Holy Saber! Shade! Behold!
Benevodon. Just like with Trials of Banner.
Heed the call. Let us start.
Use the vessel.
The dark abyss grows
Nicely done.
My thanks.
All right. Not so tough now, are you? Nicely done. Good eye. Get it.
darkness. Wisdom. Discover wisdom. Welcome, darkness. The dark of
Now don't stop attacking!
All three look injured. We can do this.
Don't waste time. Press your advantage now. Stretch.
One to go.
Time to get you.
It is down.
Don't survive. There we go.
I cannot believe it. We defeated the Benevodon of Darkness!
More like the Benevodon of Dumbness.
Oh hey, it's Fairy!
Insightful curator of Lagrazzo, Aish, by the grace of the goddess of mana, I name you the Om of Darkness.
Saw that one coming.
I did not foresee this result. You must be mistaken, Fairy, for the Alm of Darkness has always been a scholar of such profound intelligence that none could compare.
Allow me to enlighten you.
Oh, hey, it's Shade.
How's it going, Shade? You're looking dusky as ever.
Jule, let us leave the pleasantries for a later time. Aish of the Lograzzo Dark Archives. You have been hampered by your search for knowledge without intent. However, through these recent experiences, you have known ignorance, camaraderie, and a thirst for understanding. Such traits are befitting of an alm.
I am sorry it took so long to appoint you. Shade just couldn't make up his mind until the very end.
These decisions are made with much deliberation, discovering truth within the darkness of doubt. I am not immune to indecisiveness, elemental though I may be. Aish, see that you fulfill your duty as my alm.
I thank you for the honor, but I find that I am perhaps not as moved by this cause as some of the other alms on this pilgrimage.
You are not alone. The citizens of Lograzzo care not for the prestige of the title.
That being said, I am proud to hear that my endeavors have garnered your praise. If you will have me, I would see the alms duty through to the end.
Well, that was a bust. Not that I wanted to fight a Benevodon and Delafos at the same time, but still.
We know one thing for sure. If Delafos is trying to regain his lost powers, he's probably headed to another kingdom as we speak.
When Delafos ran off, he said something that sounded like Cerulia. I may not have all the particulars in my memory, but the name does seem familiar. The personage was a character in a play. The Radiant Playhouse Toratio periodically produces productions of this sort. One of the performers may be able to shed some light on the Delafos situation. The man himself does not seem willing to listen to us. Therefore, it is up to us to gather more information on our own.
Sounds like Toratio is our next stop then. Maybe we can even meet up with the Alm of Light.
A scholar informed me that the final Alm has not found their way to the capital. It would behoove us to confirm their condition as well.
The faster we leave for the Radiant Playhouse, the sooner we'll know what's really going on with Delafos and this Cerulia.
Please continue your journey without me for the time being. Eventually, I will join your pilgrimage.
Oh, you wish to stay?
I have not exhausted the archive's data on Delafos and the remaining Benevodons yet. There are still ancient texts I want to reference.
Understood. Then let us go our separate ways for a short while. But we look forward to your continued companionship.
Likewise, this is not the last you will see of me. After all, we are friends, are we not? I shan't soon forget.
Plus, you're gonna have to come with
The
us eventually
Radiant
to go to
Playhouse
the
is on the island of
Sanctuary of Mana.
Lorimar. May your travels be safe until we meet again.
Shall we give
Table
Vuskov a
for
call and get a ride to
Force
Lorimar?
We'd be lost without Vuskov's help. I gotta thank him again.
Remember, the island of Lorimar is to the northwest of Brazzo Islet.
Have you heard of the Daneslaves? It's said that anyone who touches them will be cursed for all eternity. I must know if this is true or not. But alas, I'm no fighter. I'd likely to be killed before I could test whether the curse is real. What should I do? Ah, but there's a thought. If someone stronger than I were to fight the Daneslaves. You there, you look pretty strong. Perhaps you're also brave enough to investigate the curse of the Daneslaves in my stead. A slashing and a curse. Okay.
Yeah?
You should be able to find some Daneslaves inside the Passagian Tomespire. Take down a couple and return to me with your findings. Okay. After many years of studying, I finally got my dream job as a scribe. For my first task, I've been put in charge of organizing some reference materials in the Passagian Tomespire. But when I was working late the other night, I caught sight of this demonic monster lumbering around the halls. It's not unheard of for over there, but I still got a fright. I can't possibly do my job knowing that demonic monsters could be sneaking up behind me. I'd like you to go to the Passagean Tome Spire and get rid of everyone you can find. How about it? Fear in an ivory tower.
Oh!
You defeated the Daneslaves? And what of the curse? Surely you made contact with more than a few of those monsters. Well, you don't seem any different. Does this mean the curse was nothing but a fairy tale? Or perhaps the curse is broken when the Daneslave falls? I might want to test this. Further study is still required, but at least now we know that defeating a Daneslave appears to ward off any potential curses. I missed that. Here, for your troubles. I hope you find it useful.
I'm one step closer to becoming a true soul guard.
Blade and shield sigil.
Wow!
You've disposed of the demonic monsters in the Tome Spire, I take it. Now I can finally get back to sorting documents in peace. Many thanks. You can have this. I hope it serves as a suitable compensation.
That was a great new experience.
Lots of cash. Okay.
Huh? Wow! It's like a curtain of light!
It's the Aurora.
Right. I think I remember Shiryu telling me about this phenomenon. I never thought I'd see it in person. Shiri who? None of your business, Jule.
Gee, you were the one who brought him up.
Huh?
We thank you all for coming to the Radiant Playhouse Terratio and apologize for the inconvenience. Unfortunately, our scheduled performance of Delphos and Cerulean has been delayed indefinitely.
Hear that? Delphos and Cerulean. Just what we came here to see.
Not good. We've come a long way for a cancelled performance.
There
we can
appears
still
to be
chat with
no
the people,
appointed
though.
Alm of Light. Is that of pertinence to the postponed play?
Well, there have been a few issues with our thespians. We don't know why, but the actors aren't in performative condition at the moment.
Does the show have something to do with naming the Alm?
But of course. We perform this special tale for the fairies coming. Over the course of the production, a spotlight will fall on the one to be named the new Alm of Light. If we cannot perform, it could be the end of the island of Lorimar. A tragedy, I tell you.
We cannot turn a blind eye to their plight. Let us ask the actors how they have been afflicted.
Good idea. Let's go. Better check
out
on the
what's happening in
performers and
place.
see what's the matter. I hope it's nothing serious.
I guarantee it's something serious.
Huh?
Can't be. Delphos?
Oh, the performer. He's quite a
Why, yes,
doing quite a good
I will
job.
be playing Delphos in this year's show, but please save the autographs for another time.
He looks the spitting
I would be
image
honored if he
of
would be
the
amenable to an
actual guy.
Palomina?
What's this we've been hearing about the actors being unable to perform in their current condition?
Oh, that. You see, I can't remember. I mean, I literally cannot remember what happens in the play, and after so many auditions to land the role.
Why can't you just read the script again? Can't be that hard to memorize your lines.
Would that it were truly so easy, but when I glance at the page, my mind goes blank every time. It wouldn't be so bad if I was the only one afflicted, but oh, the horror! Every single actor is affected. Who knows when we will ever be able to put on another play again? If we cannot produce an Alm of Light, how will we ever face the Mana Goddess? We will be ruined!
Okay, calm down. I can't deal with a Delphos lookalike acting so pitiful.
Yeah.
Forgive me. I need some fresh air.
He looks exactly the same, and I'm
Such
sure
a
they
shame
just
to have
used
landed
the same
a
model.
leading part
But
and then be faced with these difficulties. How can we help?
It sounds like this development is recent. Maybe it has something to do with the seal on the Benevodon of Light.
It might. Delafos has been going around messing with the Benevodons after all.
Here's an idea. Why not use the Lumina Lantern on these actors and see if the Elemental of Light can counteract the Benevodon's influence?
With Lumina's power, that might be possible. Try it out on one of those artistes over there.
I almost thought we were talking to the real Delafos for a second.
He looks the same.
Pull it together, Val. You gotta head to the stage and see to that actor.
It's no use. I cannot remember a single line. Should we turn the production into a pantomime? That won't help if we can't recall the plot of the show. You're the troupe leader. What now?
The lady they are referring to as the leader has been performing since her youth. I have seen a great many memorable masterpieces by her.
You remind me of Prim.
But you're the convoy of alms. Welcome. I am the leader of this troupe. I am also playing the lead in our production of Delafos and Cerulean. I think? You are! Don't forget how important you are to the play. My head is spinning. I can't lead anyone when I can't remember what I'm supposed to do. I should quit acting.
You cannot! Do not cast away your career. Val, please, the Lumina Lantern.
Right. We think the power of light can help your town. Do you mind if we try something out?
Hold on! A thought just flashed through my head. I remember something about Delafos and Cerulean. Many years ago, war ravaged the place we know now as Arvid's pasture. Mortal was pitted against mortal in a seemingly endless struggle. That conflict that spanned generations was known as Arvid's War. This is the tale of the one who brought it to its end. Of course! That was the introduction! Which is all well and good, but I still cannot recall a thing myself. Oh, you must help us! Use your elemental vessel on the other actors and get them to remember their roles! I beg you!
Sure. Where can I find the performers?
They'll be spread out across the island practicing their parts. Find them quickly, please!
Okay.
The Lumina Lantern sure came in handy. Hopefully it'll have the same effect on all the actors having issues with their parts.
What was it again? I was Delafos' enemy, right? Or was it his ally? Oh.
Enemy. Has to be enemy.
He looks really torn up about forgetting his part. Get out the lantern already!
My, what a bewitching gleam you have there. It touches me deep within my soul.
The light will help you. Just keep looking at it, okay? That's it. Watch the lantern.
Eureka! I've got it! I finally remember some of what happens in Delafos and Cerulean.
It's all back? You're sure?
You would doubt a professional such as myself? Here's a rendition of my part from the beginning of the play. Delafos and Cerulean, Act 1. Enter General Delafos, fresh from the battlefield, worn down but still going strong. The warring factions had begun cutting down innocent farmers and their families. Delafos spots our heroine Cerulean as she attempts unsuccessfully to flee. Now, the general was a soldier the likes of which had never been seen before or since, but even a man of his caliber was unable to stop the onslaught. Suddenly, an arrow is loosed at the fair maiden. Delafos takes the arrow in her stead, leaving his right arm damaged and immobile. The two manage to escape the battlefield and leave their past behind them. They are the only survivors of that bloody skirmish.
Huh.
So Delafos saved Cerulia at the cost of his arm. I guess he couldn't fight anymore after that.
Huzzah! I should head backstage and let the troop leader know that I'm ready for my close-up. Thanks for saving my acting career!
He sacrificed his arm for her. That takes courage.
Doesn't he fight with his right arm, though? I guess the goddess must have healed him.
Did I enter from stage right? Or left? Oh dear, this won't do at all.
You usually enter from stage right.
Are you part of the acting troupe?
Why are you carrying around a lantern like that? What are you supposed to be? The ghost of Alms and Solgard's past?
I'll leave the role-playing to the professionals, but you should take a good look either way.
Well, I'll be. It's like the haze is cleared from my mind. You have all illuminated my way in the dark.
You're not just saying that, right? How can you be sure?
A fine thing to say. How about I spoil the middle of the play for you? Then will you believe me?
Yeah, we're not here to see the play anyway. Just get some
Delafos and
information.
Cerulia. Act 2. Delafos gains mastery of the Mana Sword. Delafos and Cerulia begin a peaceful life together, away from the devastations of war. Until one day, an emissary of the Mana Goddess comes to Delafos, begging for his help to save the world from chaos. This fairy tells him of great Benevodon monsters brought about by the Mortals' War. Only one strong enough of both heart and body stands a chance against the fiends. Delafos accepts the mission and receives the Sword of Mana. Miraculously, his injured arm is healed and his former strength restored.
Okay. Delafos takes the Mana Sword and goes off to slay the Benevodons. Got it.
Why am I still here prattling on to you? I have to find the troop leader and let her know I'm ready. Thanks, I guess. Bye.
Accepting the goddess's request and her sword. He really was a hero back then.
The story here.
The goddess's heroic... No. The goddess's own... Not that either. What is the line?
Mister, you look like you need some help.
Who goes there?
Nobody. Just some theater enthusiast. In fact, the troop leader asked us to ask you to look at this lantern.
The goddess's hero champion! Slayer of all 8 Benevodons! Oh, that's it! Put a load off my mind.
Well, lucky you. Think you're up to performing the part?
Well, I should rehearse once first before I go back. And stay and listen.
Yes, thank you.
Delafos and Cerulia. Act 3. Delafos' epic journey. At the behest of the Mana Goddess, Delafos traveled the world, sword in hand, subduing each and every Benevodon as it appeared in his path. The road was tough, but Delafos persevered. He single-handedly defeated all 8 mighty monsters, earning him a hero's welcome from the people he saved. Delafos was unstoppable for one reason and one alone. A promise made on Entwine Bridge Pass to his beloved Cerulia. Someday, I swear I will return to you.
Until that day, I swear I will wait for you.
That bridge pass. That's what the bridge pass
He
is.
traveled the whole world subduing Benevodons alone? We've had a hard enough time in a group.
I'm saved. They can't recast me now, but I better practice some more before curtain call. You have my gratitude.
We're lucky the Lumina lantern works so fast.
Yeah.
There is a bright future for this fellowship of actors yet.
Now that we've gotten the hang of it, let's use the lantern on the troop leader one more time.
Agreed. Back into the theater we go. We gotta get the troop leader to remember her part. She should be on stage. Time to bust out the Lumina lantern one more time.
If it isn't the arms! Thank you for assisting our actors with their warm-ups.
Is everyone accounted for?
Way too high for
Well, there is one minor hiccup. Our troop leader is nowhere to be found. Can you help us search for her?
Oh, this is terrible! Horrifying!
What? Did something happen to our leader?
No, not her! Look at the sky! What is to become of us all?
Huh? Oh, no! What's going on?
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Take cover here. We'll check it out.
I'll come with you. The show cannot go on without our troop leader. I have to find her.
Stick close to us and don't go looking for trouble.
No, not the sky. It was so pretty before.
Let's check outside. This could be something much more serious than a missing lead.
Oh, hello.
Wait a second. Aish? What are you doing here?
My investigations in Lagrazzo have concluded. I did say that I would meet up with you when I was finished. Did I not? Please note that I do not bring glad tidings, however. I observed a peculiarly dense concentration of mana power flowing toward none other than the Temple of Wendel. The Temple of Wendel, as I'm sure you know, was once a sacred place of pilgrimage in the days of Fadiel. The elemental power of darkness, namely knowledge, and that of light, the thirst for truth, have always been intertwined. Two halves of the same whole, if you will. For those with knowledge are wont to seek the truth. In the distant past, those learned people sought solace in Wendel.
Informative lecture, but we have other things to worry about. Namely, if that mana power is what I think it is.
Yes, as Julie has undoubtedly inferred, the Benevodon of Light has been released from her seal.
Yep.
Figures. Always trust your roots.
Benevodon of Light? Oh dear. We must find our leader as soon as possible.
Delafos? I had not accounted for this.
No.
This gentleman is merely playing the part of the protagonist in Delafos and Cerulia. But his Cerulia counterpart is nowhere to be found.
I did notice someone wearing peculiarly theatrical clothing wandering off in that direction earlier.
Oh dear. Where could she have been going?
We should go after
the
her.
Real Delafos.
For a moment, I mistook that man for Delafos himself. A brilliant costume, that.
Yeah, he got me too. It's a bit of a shock at first.
Indeed.
Dear Delafos, my heart is forever with you. I will wait for you always.
Well, she remembers her lines at least.
What did she say?
I couldn't make it out. Maybe she's rehearsing?
I get the feeling that she's had a bit of a problem with her memory.
Beloved Delafos, champion of the goddess and hero to the people. Do not bother with me. I am fine.
She doesn't seem to know what she's doing.
We must keep a weather eye on her whereabouts.
Alright, I'll go ahead and grab the quest. I'm probably not going to be finishing it today, though. Children really do grow up fast, don't they? It's almost like they get taller by the day. Just the other day I bought a new coat for my son, but he's already complaining that it's too short on him. I was going to alter it myself, but when I popped by the store for some jackal pelts, they were out of stock. Apparently the Playhouse bought every last scrap to make costumes for an upcoming production. It's not even the first time this has happened. I remember when the Playhouse needed leather. Every shop in town was sold out for weeks. Anyways, would you happen to have picked up a few jackal pelts on your travels by any chance? No, I guess not, huh? Well, I don't want to make a big deal out of it, but if you do get your hands on some jackal pelts, mind handing any spares over to me? Save me hide!
Dear Dalo, forgive them. Be at peace. Be a beacon of hope, my hero.
Sounds like she's singing some lines.
This reminds me of when Palomino went off on her own in Tata.
How far is our troop leader planning to go? It could be dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
Dalo, please, stop.
Wait, don't go that way. Cerulia, you must escape from this battlefield of sorrow. I will sacrifice my arm, my battalion, anything to save you.
Dalo, I will wait for always.
Huh? What are you doing?
You were not in your right mind. I only meant to stop you.
Why am I here, of all places?
You don't remember?
There is a chance that your consciousness was corrupted by an outside force. I myself was once overcome in such a way.
Your conversation sounded like lines straight from your play. Was it rehearsed?
No, it was all ad-libbed. I just said what sounded right.
I can't even think straight. Oh, my head.
Hang on. Let's try the Lumina Lantern.
No, nothing. I can't remember.
The glaring light will obscure the boundaries of reality. This is what Lorimar's prophecy of destruction portends. The cause of this amnesia may be linked to the reactivation of the Benevodon of Light, appropriate if the power of the elemental vessel stays the effects somewhat.
Light, like the moon, has power over the mind. If we can defeat the monster, everything should go back to normal.
Sounds like our only option is to stop the Benevodon, then.
I shall leave the subjugation of our foe in your capable hands. Rest assured, I will see these performers back to the theater.
How noble. So you don't intend to grill them on this the second they're out of danger?
My, you are smarter than you look. I would be remiss in my duties as a scholar if I didn't document this incident thoroughly.
Let Aish do what he needs to. He's got his own priorities. We have to head to the Temple of Wendell.
My thoughts are with you, even when we are apart, my friends.
Yeah. Be careful.
Wendell, huh? Here we are. This place has been here since the time of Fadiel, right? The decor does have a certain nostalgia to it.
Was the world really that different back then?
Honestly, Sproutlings and spirits lived in a whole other realm, so I have no idea what you saps were up to. Never crossed my mind. But now I wonder what people hope to gain by coming to places like this. I never cared about that kind of thing in the past. Other people's business was their own.
You've grown a lot over this journey, Jule.
It's only been a short time.
A change of heart isn't a bad thing. My travels as a hired blade were what really opened my eyes to the world around me.
Thanks. I'll try not to let my newfound altruism go to my head.
So you were getting worried.
That's not what I said.
Like the truth seekers of old, our travels have brought us to this temple.
Okay, that's enough self-reflection. We have a Benevodon to defeat.
Right! We have a duty to the actors and to the future Alm of Light.
Temple of Wendell.
Odd that Aish had no interest in observing the Benevodon.
I think he was preoccupied with the actors and what happened to them.
I see. A stranger phenomenon superseding the interest in the first. That does sound like him.
Found you, little cactus.
Found you, little cactus. That was a close one. Indeed. Got me. Where to next? Huh. Looks like he dropped something. That is gonna be all for today. So, when we come back next time, we will be finishing up the temple. I know there's a boss fight ahead, and then a big cutscene, and, well, I don't want to do that right this second. It's 9:50, and I really need to finish. But, this might actually even be the end of the chapter. I'm not totally certain, but we're about to get the last Alm, so, you know. That is going to be all for today, so thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.